Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. What time is it at your place? Once again, you are very welcome to another exciting moment. And hey, see who we have on the screen. So you can see that I am here haunting. The hunter here has become the haunted. And guess who is here in the studio at this moment? You will always hear me say tonight because it's almost midnight my time. And I'm so excited to have a special guest, someone who is so special, the beautiful lady you see here on this in the studio this night, Miss Julie of the Julie and Milo Show. So Julie is one of like before I even go ahead, we are here because on this platform we do talk about OnPassive, which is this IT company driven by artificial intelligence, the newest in town, a never seen before company, a prestigious brand new company that is offering us an opportunity to become founding members. Julie happens to be one of the backbones of OnPassive, and she runs a show entitled or called the Julie and Milo Show because he has a very good friend of hers. We're going to hear more about that, with whom they run the show together. And today I decided that, okay, you have heard enough about other people. And so tonight, we are going to be put on the spotlight and you will tell us everything that you have been hearing about other people. And today's your turn to tell the world about yourself and OnPassive and everything. So friends of OnPassive, visitors, you're all very welcome. If you're new on this platform, please go ahead and hit the subscription button, click on the notification bell because we come up every minute with minute by minute up to date. And please stay tuned, listen to Julie. If you have a question, just drop it on the question section. And why not? If we find it, we'll definitely let her answer to you before she leaves. So Julie, we are so very privileged to have you here and thank you for accepting our invitation. You are very welcome.
Thank you so much, Comfort, for inviting me. It's such an honor to be here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you. So I've been waiting for this day. I was like, oh my God, I was so excited because I watch you every day. You and Milo are doing a very wonderful job. So interesting, meeting new people and getting us exposed to a lot of information, learning about other people and what they think about OnPassive and so on. So we just want to appreciate and let you know that all that you are doing is not going unnoticed because you are really doing a very great job. So once again, thank you so much. Yeah. So
Thank you.
that said, Julie, we would just like to go straight to the point. Yeah, you would maybe like to tell us where you are calling from. Where are you calling from, Julie?
I am here at my home in Newport Coast, California, in the U.S., United States.
Okay. So how are you doing there? How you people coping there with COVID-19 and all the challenges and so on?
You
Any
know,
help?
we have the quarantine time just like everyone. As for me personally, I'm very blessed that I live only about 2 miles from the beach. So during quarantine
Oh,
time, I just drive down there and just kind of walk down there, just try to stay outside because I love the beach, I love the nature, but I'm scared of the water. So I go to the beach, but I don't really go into the water. I just kind of walking around, just enjoy the fresh weather.
wow. I don't, you're just making me jealous. I don't know. I know what. I can just imagine what it feels like living by the beach. It can be really so sweet and so spectacular. I think that it starts making me think to feel like I would like to visit you someday so that I just go around the beach with you. That can be.
Absolutely, I would love that. Absolutely.
Right. Okay. Thank you. So that said, Julie, before we actually go ahead to talk about our business for tonight, if you could please tell us a bit more about yourself. Who are you and all of those things? Just tell us anything you would like us to know about you. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you. So, I am a daughter and a sister, and I am a mother. I'm coming from a family of seven brother and sister. I have five brothers, and one sister, and I have two wonderful daughters. And yeah, that's about me. You know, I'm a businesswoman. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years,
Oh,
and yeah, everything that I've done so many things. I could
wow.
go into there.
Okay, it's good to know, and it's interesting. We are here to talk business, and you are already like you are an entrepreneur. You have been in business for a couple of years, and right up to now, you are so busy with OnPassive and things like that. For the past years that you have been doing your business, have you registered? Have you recorded some successes or some failures, and maybe some things you would have learned from it, and so on that you can maybe share with us?
Absolutely, thank you. So
Yeah.
in 2000, in the year 2000, I got married, and my husband at the time owns nail salons. So I paired up with him. At that time, I was working for a company that actually focusing on social services and childcare and stuff like that. I started a preschool. You know, I started a preschool, and when I met up with my husband at the time, he is a nail salon owner. And so I dropped all the job. I just became an entrepreneur and a businesswoman. And so I
Okay.
started with him. We opened the first one, and then we opened the second one. And then when we have children, I took a year off just to raise children. And then, you know, after a year being at home, I'm like, I can't be at home like this. I mean, my brain cells gonna go waste if I just stay at home, because I didn't realize the amazing honor or the amazing you know, being a mother at that
Right.
time. So I was
Mhm.
just focusing on, you know, I want to grow because I was younger, you know. So we start open another nail salon, and then 4 years into it, I thought, you know, I'm raising a family, you know. So I start doing other things that actually enabled me to be at home with my daughter. So I
Mhm.
went into real estate, and I got my
Okay.
real estate license, and then I do real estate ever since. And
Wow.
then, you know, in 2007, when the market crashed, I stepped into restaurant. And
Okay.
believe it or not, I'm not just doing a restaurant in Vietnamese or Asian. I started a Cajun seafood place. I cook Cajun food.
Okay. Wow.
A lot of people came into the restaurant. They said, "You don't look Cajun." I said, "Oh, it's okay. I smell Cajun." So I start all of that using internet just to research, you know, ingredients and practice.
Wow.
So I started a restaurant business, and I did that for 4 years. And then I walked out because I want to focus back into real estate when it comes back. And so my partner kept the restaurant for another 4 years using the same menu that I created. And then
Okay.
after after 2 or 4 years, they sold it, and the rest of it is history. I'm not sure where it is now, but yeah, that's what I'm doing during quarantine time. I thought, you know, um, I need something to do that is online, so I took a insurance license, life insurance, and ever
Wow.
since then I haven't really done it because OnPassive is on my plate, and I just took it and run with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is so interesting. Thank you so much for sharing from some other profession to nail salon to real estate to restaurants to and life insurance and then now on passive. But you mentioned something like caught my attention. You say when the real estate crashed. What did that mean?
So it's during the time when interest rate was, you know, there's a lot of corruptions and fraudulent during that time. I think it was 2008 is when
Mhm.
it crashed, and so what I did was, I mean, at that time I had at least 10 or 20 clients that I was showing house. We had it under contract. And because of the interest rate and because of the changes at that time, it was back in 2008. Um, I just couldn't make any money. I just lost everything.
Oh my
And
God.
there's a lot of foreclosures on the market at that time.
Hmm.
Uh, I didn't know what to do, so I went and did restaurant. actually the market crashes in 2004, 2004, 2005. And then I did the restaurant in 2007. And then I wasn't successful. So I walked out, and then I took some course to do real estate investing. So in 2009, went back into the real estate market, just focusing on buying and selling investment properties.
Wow, that sounds really great. So during this season of the crisis, did you get to like lose some money or so? Yeah.
So much. What happened is when I left California, when I sold all my my nail salons businesses, I had a good chunk amount of money, and then I moved to Arizona, is another state in the here, and then I moved to Arizona. And in Arizona at that time, market was, everybody, it's a market trend. Everybody's going to buy. We went in to builders and we tried to buy, and we have to take lottery in order to buy. So everybody's doing that. It was like the top of the market, but I had no idea what to do, how to do it. I just followed the trend, and we bought, good size amount of properties, and then we kept it for the year, and it didn't really do much. And then 2007, 2006 was 2007. Don't focus on the timeline anymore.
I know.
It crashed. So we lost everything.
Wow.
We lost everything that we created from nail salons and from restaurants. So I went back and I took a few investment courses to kind of understand how to look at the market. And we went back into the market in 2017. In 2017, because we have few investors, we were able to make our first $1 million portfolios, and at that time, so it was quite an adventure.
Wow, this sounds really interesting. Just like you and Milo say, you are the most fortunate people on earth because you meet people. It's really interesting when you listen to people, because I learn a lot from this. Because there are times a little thing happens, you're just like, oh my God, my whole world is crumbling. I don't think I can make it anymore. But when you listen to this and see that you still survived it and you picked up your pieces and still moved on and still looking beautiful and strong, it means there is still hope, right? And you moved on. Yeah, you did not stay there because you failed or something wrong really happened, but then you moved on and you're still moving on. That is
absolutely. And one thing that make me strong and make me keep moving forward is I realize the fact that I make decision based on what I know best at a time. Then when it failed, I knew that I did my best, and when it failed, I removing myself from the problem itself. I don't focus on my problem anymore. Right. I remove my problem and I look into it in a different angle. I should have done this. I should have done that. And then I learn from there. And when I remove myself from my problem and look at it, I feel that my problem is so small. It's very little compared to other people. So when you fail, you cry, you go to sleep, you do all of that. But if you can just remove yourself from the problems that you face, you able to have that power for you to move forward. And that's something that I do every day. Is I don't see problem as something is big. I just focus on what I can do.
Oh, this sounds really, really good and impressive. I think I was talking with somebody on this platform. Could it be Marina or who? She says one of the things she said about herself is that there's this expression that if you have not gone through failure, then you will not have a story of victory. So you only become victorious after you have gone through challenges. I think that is what's making you really waxing even stronger. And I think, glowing and moving on and on. That's really encouraging.
Yes, because if you focus on your problems and what you did wrong and you blame yourself, it just create it handicap you. It handicap you. You can't move forward. So you really have to face it like a badass person.
Wow. And then, this is so encouraging. I'm just happy hearing this. So, before we really go ahead, how did you? Maybe let's start first from OnPassive. Let's go to business and then talk the business as a whole. How did you come to know about OnPassive, and what made you embrace it so tight after witnessing a series of failures and so on? And OnPassive is a kind of platform where we live like by faith. What makes you really? How did you come to know about it, and why moving along with it?
So let's start back in 2017. 2017 is when I start getting to know a little bit about Bitcoin, a little bit about multi-level marketing.
Mm-hmm.
It's 20 years, everybody was telling me to go in multi-level marketing, but I have been saying no to everyone. And so in 2017, a friend of mine brought a company that more like an affiliate company to me, and it has something to do with Bitcoin. So I thought, okay, it sounds very interesting. And I'm not a team builder. I'm a person who do a lot of things on my own. And so when I step into that company, I thought, okay, I have some money and I don't want to build. So why don't I just buy a whole bunch of packages that they offer? So I bought that. And the more I step into the network marketing, the more I found I realized, I recognize things that it's not really for me. So
Wow.
I tried one opportunity, two opportunity, three opportunity, and it didn't work. And through that year 2017 is when I met Milo.
Okay.
Yes, I met Milo through company, and so Milo and I have went through about three companies that it's not successful. That's all failures, and we lost so much money. And
Wow.
so 2019, beginning of 2019, when I putting my heart on helping a CEO of company, founders of company, building a company, and Milo see how hard I work. And when he got an opportunity about OnPassive, he bought a position for me because we've gone through, we share
Oh.
some hardship, and we kind of help each other through. So he bought a position for me, but
Wow.
he just told me that he bought it for me. At that time, I don't think he really understand it, but he got plugged in. He got plugged in, and then he moved to not he didn't move, but he flew to Florida to meet with Mr. Ashmufar. And
Yeah.
when he shared OnPassive message with me very with conviction. And at that time, I was like, no way, no one's gonna do that for me. No one's gonna
Right.
be able to create it. So I kind of ignored it. He sent me videos. I didn't really look into it. And then one thing that he kept telling me, Julie, when OnPassive launch, you not gonna have to worry about money anymore, not in your lifetime, not in your children's lifetime. And he kept telling me that every single time when we talk. And I don't know whether or not he believed in it or he just tell me that. So September 2020 is when I started to looking at videos, webinars, and then start looking at Ash, listen to really, and it still didn't register.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember when Ash tell everyone to do a video about Catmo.
Yeah, I did. I personally did one.
I started to do one, but I still didn't understand it. So I never sent it because it was just, I couldn't even spell the word Catmo correctly. I did one
No.
and I said Milo and I spell it like something and I didn't even, it was completely, I had no idea what it is. But after that, I realized that OnPassive is something that is coming and I should focus my attention into it. So
Right.
I did, and the more I attend the webinar, the more I see the community is a lot of love, a lot of sharing. Everybody is talking very positively, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, there is something there. So the light bulbs turn on somehow, and I said, this is what I'm going to do. I decided to do based on the information what I know, and I lined up my heart and my mind because when I observe Ash, I see his heart, and so I kind of line up my heart somehow somewhere in there, and that's when
Oh.
I started. And when I started, I decided to do it. And when I do it, I take it by the horn and I just run with it.
Wow. And you learned really fast because you are doing really, really great with the Julie and Milo show. And someone would say maybe you started from the 2018s and so on. This is really great. So how did the idea of the Julie and Milo show come about?
Okay, so the first person that I put in my team is November, I think 23rd, 2020. And the more I understand about OnPassive, and I feel that the video, the informations out there are too long. I mean, if I was not knowing anything about OnPassive and I have to sit and watch a
Right.
thing or two for like hours and hours, I don't think I would do it. And so I'm thinking in my mind of I want to put something in that's very short, capture people attention. And I think Milo was thinking the same thing. And then we had a conversation the other day, and we were just like, how about we do Julie and Milo show? And we didn't even plan, we didn't even do anything. We just said, okay, where do we start? And I said, how about we do how Milo meet Ash? And that was
Wow.
our first video. And the first video came out December 4th. And the truth of it is we just do it because we line up our heart in and we focusing on one mission, is that we're going to share OnPassive.
Right. Wow, that is really so interesting, and you are really touching lives because listening, you are a lot of your videos, especially the early videos. I have been sharing them and sharing and sharing, where you taught people what they could do, like the real estate, the charities and churches and so on. I could not stop sharing them. I would share and go after them. So just watch, just listen to that, because I was like, wow, this is a kind of information, and I benefit a lot from it because I use that to transmit to my own people. Because on my platform, most of my people, my team members, are people from my home and so on. And it's, believe me, you are doing just a lot, and the Julie and Milo show will go a long way. So that's really good. So apart from that, how do you think that the go-founders can help make Ash's vision like realized? Because his vision is really a big one. If you could start by maybe just say what you think about it, and then how can we as go-founders make his vision, really his dream, come true, what he wants, the target he wants to reach?
So I believe that it all started with each and every one of us individually. Um, we have a vision. Do we have a vision to be successful?
Right.
Do we see ourselves successful? Do we see ourselves successful when Ash launched OnPassive? If the answer are yes to the above questions, then we need to stay focused. Okay, so I think it all start with us. When we stay focused, we line up the mind. Like I said earlier, we lined up with the information that we have. And then we line up our hearts, how we feel every time when we hear Ash talk. Okay? If we can line up all of that, then we move forward, despite of all the bad negativities and everything that has happened to us, or even the negativity that is outside. Like I said earlier today in my experience, I said remove yourself and disengaging yourself from all the negativities out there. Hold on, my computer just kind of popped up with something. Disengage yourself with the negativities that is out there, and then contribute to the community. All asking us to contribute into community is to share the message of OnPassive, from the positive information, and then share the knowledge and stay engaged and stay plugged in and really stay open-minded. And most of all, we need to be patient, okay? And that is one in an individual level of it, and I see that if we can just do all of that, every single founders who can do all of that, it will create an understanding for other people that, I mean, it's not about me individual only. OnPassive is a unity of community, and each and every one of us come in and contribute our positive thinking, our open-minded, just even little knowledge that we can, and share that positive thought and positive information, and all of that, if we were all coming together, I see that we don't have any problem of helping Ash and his team to move forward with this ship that he's building. And if any one of us who has problems dealing with technology or signing in and all of that, just kind of solve it by yourself. Try a different way to do it to solve that problem. And if not, call a leader up, call a friend up, call another founder and say, I'm running to this problem. Do you think you could help me? And if that doesn't work, then reach out to the leadership council. And if all of us working together in syncly like that, in a positive way and loving way and unifying way, I believe that Ash and his team and everyone in OnPassive can move forward with the ship. And I think if we can do all of that, OnPassive will launch faster than ever. So
exactly.
that's my opinion.
Yeah, sure. No, thank you so much. I think I just hope normally people do watch us live, but I'm not sure whether someone is live now. I don't just want to turn to YouTube because I don't want to get distracted. But whoever is watching us now, or if you watch us afterwards, so tonight we are blessed with the presence of Julie of the Julie and Milo Show, who is I even started, and actually I told myself today, I hope I was not going to forget, and I really forgot, which is bad. I do apologize. I was going to start by actually congratulating you for becoming one of the latest Leadership Council members, because it's just well deserving a square peg in a square hole. And yeah, so we have Julie here tonight. So she is explaining, she's sharing her experience. Find time and watch. If you have a question or a word of encouragement, appreciation for Julie, please just drop it on the comment section. I'm equally going to share her YouTube link on the comment section and pin it so that you can follow her. You just want to watch all of her shows and get really, really, really equipped with everything you need to know about OnPassive while we patiently wait for the launch. So that said, Julie, what else? There is a lot. I know that OnPassive we have products right now. We have at least 50 products, and the creation is going on and on and on. And what the key thing here is money. There's a lot we get from there, but what everybody is expecting, we are looking forward to making residual income. But apart from that, is there some other thing that we can benefit from OnPassive apart from this residual income?
Well, besides residual income, OnPassive is offering us so much. And I would say is the quality of information that coming out from OnPassive when it launched. Also, the unity of community, the whole community I just described. And then also the connections with people across the world, even if they are OnPassive founder or not founder. I mean, look at who could be at home and connecting to hundreds and thousands of people across the globe without any disruptions, without any glitch. And the best part of it, there's over 4.7 billion internet user, and we actually can connecting with them, not only that, right, and make residual income on every head. So I think there's lots more than just the residual income itself. And please remember, if you watch this, OnPassive is created not just for us to make a lot of money. It's creating for us to be together, to right, be unified, and to be uplifting together. It doesn't matter if you have skills or not. And it doesn't matter if you are yellow, green, black, white. It doesn't matter the color of your skin or religion. Yeah. OnPassive is creating for everybody across the world. And I think I see that is a benefit of OnPassive besides the residual income.
Wow. It's, to be honest, it's just like you really spoke my mind, because that is just OnPassive for me. There are times I really do tell myself, I think in one of my videos, I actually made it clear that OnPassive has like broken across the borders of racism. I'm sorry, but it's true, because you know that during our webinars, you hear the words brother flying from India to Africa, from America to Latin America, and things like that. These are things that are rare, and you just see it flow so naturally. You don't read pretense of things. So it's like, to me, it's really like just to confirm what you are saying. It's a new world we're creating here, a brand new family that nobody can just dare tamper with. And this is more important, to be honest, because what would you be doing with money without family? This is Africa, and this is just home. OnPassive is just home for us. So I'm really happy that you think exactly like me. And I think we want to continuously, like you said before now, we want to continue to take this message forward. It's nothing about money, because it is surely not about money. We should not be here at midnight talking money, but we talk family, and it's really, I think it's important, Julie. I'm
And I
happy
think,
that,
yeah,
yeah,
there is much more valuable
right,
than money, because I believe that money, it's actually, all you need to do is reach your hands out and you can find it.
yeah,
But love and unify,
right,
unity, and being Mr. Ashmufard has been on the digital world for over 20 years. He has seen all the corruptions, just, he has seen all of that. And remember, Mr. Ashmufard has 2 little children.
I
So
know,
he created this for them, for
right,
that generation, for all our generations to come. And
mm-hmm.
I believe that, OnPassive is creating for everyone, and it is a gift that he is giving to humanity, and it is a gift that keep on giving, and it takes the founders to keep giving that gift.
Wow,
So.
this is so important, and I just hope that somebody listens to this, because it's so, we just like this. They say OnPassive is a paradigm shift. We take it in terms of the technology, but I took this paradigm shift and put it, like, applied it to my own self. Because when I was joining, I just hope I'm going to tell you this. So one of these days, but I'll tell a bit of it. When I was joining OnPassive, my idea was to improve on myself and my family. But my mindset totally changed the moment I got the vision, and then I got what we have at hand. I said, no, it's actually not about me. It's about the people who need me and what we've got to offer. So to be honest, I really do think that I think like you, and that's OnPassive for us. And I just believe that the love that is reigning amongst us will make us see the vision come really to fruition. So
Absolutely. Can I share a secret really quick?
yes, please. Sure.
Okay, so the secret here is I I joined OnPassive Founders. It's only cost me $97. But you know what? I get to travel around the world.
I
I didn't
know.
have to carry a suitcase. And not only that, I feel like every single founder is loved from everywhere in the world, you know? And I think that is so much more valuable than my $97. I mean,
Exactly.
for other founders, but I didn't spend that money. But I feel it's a very valuable thing to do.
Right.
So that's a secret. If you
I
hear this,
know.
and if you're not a founder.
Right, sure. Oh, thank you so much. So that's really good. And I have another way of thinking here. You just said something that resonates to how I feel. So I will equally share and see what you think, because from my own perspective and what I've understood OnPassive to be so far, I look at it as a tool of empowerment. Do you share this opinion?
Absolutely, absolutely. It is, because first of all, it's carrying a very positive message. It's unifying people. It's uplifting people. Not only that, every single product that OnPassive created, it can be a standalone product, or it can be working together. I don't know if you have watched the Dr. Shaw video that we did a few days ago. And
Yes.
what he said is that when he visited Mr. Ashmofar, he said, if you were to put every company like Google, YouTube, and Facebook, all of those big company, and if you put them on the table and you tip the table, everything falls because they don't work together.
Right.
And on passive, every single product that can be standalone and it also working together. I mean,
Harmony, huh?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't see any other way.
Right. No, it's really good, because even that is interview, I was like, I'm going to listen again and again, and because there's just a lot to pick from it and things, and I think that's just way to go. So,
Yeah, sorry, Comfort. There's one more thing that is very important. I didn't want to. I forgot to point out is
yes,
that if you and I are sitting at home right now, and if we are talking to someone who is online, who is on Facebook, we really don't know that their identity. We don't know if that's a real person or the person from the picture is different from the person on the phone. But with OnPassive, we can actually sit down and talk together, and we
right.
know that we have the real identity, the real vision, and the real purpose to make the world a better place. So I think that is a very a powerful tool that we have in OnPassive.
Exactly. That is very, very, very true. So this is one of the things that I always like to anybody who passes through this platform, you would just like to share your perspective on this. So when you listen well to Ash, you will see like he would always tell us, whatever you get from OnPassive, give it back. It's not like he's expecting you and I to give 1/10 of our tithes back to him or something. It is because when you listen well and study well, you see that his vision is officially humanitarian. What aspect of humanitarian do you, or how can you explain this to someone? Because we are here to break barriers. We want to explain. People who are still doubting, people want to understand, so they need to hear. So what is the humanitarian, what do you think about the humanitarian aspect of OnPassive?
I see that OnPassive is a place where we all learn, and actually, Mr. Ashmore psychologically changed a lot of us. Sitting down here and doing the Julie Milo show every day, many, and I said every single guest that coming on our show is the person who actually think about other people. Every single one of them that I interview, that we interview, they think about what can they do for other people. I don't see any one of them say, oh, I want to buy 2 houses, I want to travel, and I want a Rolex watch, or I want to drive a Bentley, and I want to, just flashing all of that.
Right.
None of our people, none of our guests has said that. I'm very sure they all like to have a nice things. But every single one, every single founders that we interview always have a heart for other people in terms of homelessness, in terms of cure cancer, in terms of advocates about water, in terms, there are so many things that they share, because I believe that Ash's heart has opened up and every one of us see through his heart. And that's what we do, is we share that. And you have said it earlier the show. I mean, I am the orange, or I am the seed from an orange that Milo gave me, because just think about it. There are, and I'm talking about oranges that have seeds.
Yeah.
Okay. Every single seed of that orange can plant a tree, an orange tree.
Right.
And if you were to think about it, and this is from Lee Brown, I believe that this analogy, every single seed in that orange can plant an orange tree, and every of those orange tree can have unlimited amount of orange. So every single one of us is a seed of an orange.
Yeah.
You are going to share it, and if people don't accept your sharing your heart, just move on to the next one. Because when OnPassive come and our pocket is full of, we call it apples,
Right.
we still need people to help us clean our house, help us organize things, and we can bless those people at the same time. And if we just communicate and sharing with love, with the heart, I believe the world will be changing for a better place to be.
Sure. That is just it, because it's so sweet and it feels so good. And I'm happy because these things that we come and sit here and say, they help a lot. Someone who has been listening to me a lot, because I do webinars every day and so on, they hear from you and hear you say these things and say, okay, I think this is serious, because a sister from another mother is speaking and saying it in other words. I think this is serious. And that's just a way to get people on board, because I believe that the more the merrier. Because if you understand Ash, he says He is about, he says Mother Teresa was a good woman, but she did not have money. So he is in the process of cloning millions of Mother Teresas and empowering, equipping them with money so that they reach out by word of mouth and by action. That is just something, isn't it? Yeah. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So
And it's
we really,
beautiful. It's so beautiful
it
if you
is
were to think about it. It's
right.
just beautiful. And the part is, I think it doesn't matter how much money you have, you can never satisfy yourself. But
Right.
if you make the change in people's life and you do something for people that they smile, it's
Right.
very satisfying. That's to me.
It is, sure, sure. It is because you feel really good. You know, there are times when I give, I don't want to wait even to hear thank you. I give and then go quickly and weep, you know, especially when the access, I say, no, I just go quickly, then I go and cry. You know, those are tears of joy or, you know, and things that it just feels good giving. And it feels more exciting that you are going to be empowered to be able to really give, you know. That is just something. And I'm just happy about that. So apart from that, you know, it's such an exciting thing. OnPassive is massive. OnPassive is what they say in French, du jamais vu. OnPassive is unique. We are just waiting for these products. Which are some of them? Which are your best, or which is the one you can't just wait for the launch to come so that you start using them and so on?
It's a very hard question, a very hard
I
decision
know.
because based on what I've seen so far, I love it. I love every product, but if I
Okay.
had to choose, it's because of the Julie and Milo show. I would love to have O Connect and O Net together. I mean,
I
I can't
know.
do one, but you know, being a person who have not much knowledge of technology, I love all of them because it's
Right.
a done deal. I don't need to know how to use it because once OnPassive launch, there's going to be tutor videos, tutorial videos for us to know how to use it. And
Exactly.
and if we, all of us founders, listen to Ash carefully, and if we hear him, what he said is seamless. It's easy. It's plug and play. You know, and what he does is what he's saying is, uh, it's he creates something that for us to be able to have time for our family. And if we
Exactly.
use OnPassive products and we have to figure out how to do it, it's not his vision. So I believe in what he said completely, and I'm not worried about how to use a product because I know when he launches those, I know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what to do because it's easy to use. And that's what my personal belief and opinion.
I know, me too. From that perspective too, I understand that time. I just sum it up and say it's like they make it for dummies. So that's it. That is just on passive for us. So exciting, and I'm just hoping that people watch us and whoever watches, you just want to take a decision. We are sitting here doing this because we're helping you to inform you, to educate you such that you take an informed decision. And it should definitely be a wise one of securing yourself a lifetime position, and you will never regret it. Though that said, Julie, no matter how much we struggle to do this, there are some people, others say it's too good to be true and things like that. And because some have tried other stuff and failed, they're just like, I am being careful, I'm being skeptical. So, what do you have to say to these people?
I will say this: if you watch this later on, or if you're on here right now, and please go back to this part later because I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm
Mhm.
going to ask you to to close your eyes and look at your situation that you live right now. Are you happy with it? Are you satisfied? And then open your eyes and look at all around you. Are you happy with your surrounding? And if you are not happy with your surrounding, close your eyes again and dream. Think about what you want to do. Dream about what you want to do. If money was not an issue, dream it. And if you dream it and if you dream to have a big house, or if you dream to have a house right on the beach where you just walk out and you touch the sand, or if you dream about traveling around the world, see yourself traveling around the world. I'm telling you this is because of my dream is traveling around the world. And I
Right.
got goosebumps all over me right now. And if that's what your dream, do whatever it takes to take the action. And don't look into the negativity out there. Don't look into your past that you failed. Don't look into any of that, because if you look into that, it just handicaps you from making the decision. It's not about the failures that you face. It's about what is coming ahead of you. And if you can dream big and you see yourself doing it, take the action. Take the action in a way where you believe it, like there's no tomorrow. This is what I'm going to do.
Wow.
And once you take that decision and then you plug in and you share your idea and you share your thoughts, get together with a few people. There are so many founders that are actually very passionate. Or even if you just go to Julie and Milo show, and if you see that passion and you do it, you are already a winner. You are already a winner. So that is the action that you need to take on your end. And once you see that, don't stop. Keep going. Stay plugged in. And that's what I would do if, if I was someone that watching and have no clue about OnPassive, or
Wow.
still stay on the fence. Do that. Close your eyes and dream. But dream with you in it, not the neighbor, with you in it. Dream about you traveling the world. Dream about you living in a big house. Dreaming about you driving a functional car. Dreaming about your children running around, happy. Dream about your grandchildren having full of benefit, educations, quality education. Dream about that. And when you start dreaming, you start seeing yourself like that, take the action and do whatever it takes. Because you know what? That $100, that $97 you spend, if you were to spend it on steak, and this is funny, I think about this all the time. If you spend it on a piece of steak or a lobster tail, you eat it, it's either stuck in your stomach, not digesting very well, or if it's digesting very well, it just goes out there tomorrow. And if you wanted to spend on a purse, it eventually will go away. But if you spend that same $97, it is a gift that you spend for yourself. And I guarantee you, it is a gift that keep on giving. You will be able to make a lot of those $97 when OnPassive launch. So I don't know what else to say, but that's my thoughts and
that is just powerful, because I feel like you are like, I hope Dr. Patience is one of the ladies that we do webinars with, and she gets just crazy. She gets so fired up, and she says, each time I get fired up, I just want to get another name. I hope she doesn't hear this portion now, because she's going to get it. And it's still early in the US, so she's got enough time, right? She listens to such, like, the last thing you just say, she's like, I'm getting me another name because I've just thought about some other family down the village. And, so I just hope that somebody gets inspired, gets fired up, and hops into this train before it finally takes off. So, yeah, that's just how much we can do to help. We can only take the horse to the stream, but unfortunately, we can't force it to drink. So coming here to spend time and talk to people is something like, I think it gives us joy. This is the beginning of the humanitarian job, because I think we were comfortable the moment we signed ourselves as founding members. We did not need to do anything else. But why are we taking time to do this? We just hope that somebody really makes use of this powerful message and takes a wise decision. It has really been a blessing, Julie. Before we finally round up, I think I'm so satisfied. I don't know if you still have some other thing hidden in there that you still want to tell the people. If not, then I'm really very satisfied. Or do you think you want to say something again? Or you? All right.
If you are a founder right now and you haven't plugged in, it is time. It is time for you to plug in, get up to date with information, because when OnPassive launch, you will be lost. And a lot of people, a lot of founders, they will be so busy taking care of their family. Remember, Michael William always said, just get yourself in. But get yourself in isn't enough. Stay plugged in, stay involved, get engaged in. The one thing that I would say is that when you are in OnPassive, it's a done deal. Trust it, believe it in it. We have said it all the time. It is a done deal. If you don't have a computer, it's still a done deal. If you know nothing about technology, it is a done deal, because Mr. Ashmofar is creating artificial intelligence with a heart, and it's a big heart. And so OnPassive will do all of that for us because it's already created and it does it with a heart. So that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to sit here and talk with you. And I'm looking forward for you to come on to the Julie and Milo show.
Return visit, huh? I am so blessed, Julie. I was so excited. Oh my God, Julie's coming to my show. Oh God, oh God, oh God. But it's such a blessing. It has been a wonderful blessing. And to me, I hope somebody really gets blessed. I'm going to insist, anybody watching this show, please watch from the first to the last word that Julie just spoke here, because it has all been so, so sweet. So listen to her testimony, listen to every other thing she says about OnPassive. I think you will have a reason to make a wise decision for yourself. Julie, thank you so much, and God bless you for being here. Keep on keeping on, keep on keeping the fire burning and keeping us fired up and so on, and see you at the top. Thank you so very, very much. Yeah,
I appreciate your kind words.
all right. Thank you, Julie. See you again really soon.
Take care.
Thanks. All right. Thanks. Bye.